Imagine it. Kandahar City, May 7th, 2011. The time is 1747 local. The sun is a copper coin on the horizon. Sunset is underway. A 3-story shopping complex, concrete, glass, and rebar, has been seized by the Taliban. We called it Building 4. Turned into a Taliban fortress, concrete walls, mouse hold for ambushes, PK machine guns on every landing, grenades wired to door frames, RPGs stacked like firewood. Rockets scream into the governor's palace across the street. Inside Building 4, dozens of insurgents, dug in and ready to die. Outside, a handful of Canadians, CSOR mentors, leading 55 elite Afghan cops who've been fighting since dawn. No tanks, no heavy air, just rifles, grenades, and 12 hours until sunrise. One man steps into a stairwell, bullets shredding his uniform, and he drags a dying Afghan comrade out of the kill zone. Another stands on a rooftop, exposed to potential sniper fire, painting targets with a laser while the world explodes around him. Both are heroes. 0 civilians killed, 0 Canadians lost. 2 stars of military valor. But do those stars really tell the tale? This is Building 4. A battle that few Canadians have ever heard of, and a battle that seemingly Canadian leadership has forgotten. Hi everyone, and welcome to Real Canadian Heroes, a series where we shed a light on the best, the boldest, and the most daring heroes that the Great White North has to offer. My name is Mario Gaudet, former Army reservist who grew up as a military brat reading the markings on CF-18s as they flew over my head. Today, we're not just remembering a battle. We're going to try and do justice to the men who fought it. Specifically, Sergeant Sébastien Courville and Captain David Suffoletta. Not to mention the other 39 cases of valor that Canada seems to have forgotten, buried, or given lesser awards for. The 2 men I am mentioning today both earned Stars of Military Valour. One man most definitely met the criteria for a Victoria Cross, but Canada refused to give anything more. For more information on these cases, please visit www.valorinthepresenceoftheenemy.com. Now stick with me. This one's going to hurt. But if you're anything like me, it's going to light a fire under your ass. This time, we're not delving too much into the personal lives of these 2 men, because like these 2 men, this one is all about the mission, because the actions taken by these operators speak volumes. Let's go. Rewind to spring 2011. Canada's combat mission is winding down. The last battle group leaves in July, but the Taliban, they smell blood. They launch Operation Badr, a full-scale assault on Kandahar City, their spring offensive. 8 simultaneous attacks across Kandahar. Rocket barrages aimed at the presidential palace, suicide bombers and gunmen in the streets. Building 4 is the Taliban's primary strong point. But why Building 4? Well, firstly, there's less than 300 meters in a straight line of sight to the palace. It has elevated firing positions. It has a civilian market below for the perfect human shield. Alleys and roadways are far too narrow for armor to approach. and basement access to sewer tunnels for a quick egress. 12:30, May 7th. The governor's palace is under siege. Across the road, Building 4, a concrete bazaar, now a Taliban stronghold. The Afghan PRC-K, elite trained cops, get the order. Take back the building now. They're down to 55 fighters, and leading them is CSOR's Green Team, a collection of maybe 10 to 12 Canadian operators, plus JTF-2 snipers and a JTAC. There's no time for recon, there will be no heavy support, it will be just door-to-door hell. This isn't Call of Duty. This is real men, in real time, with real lives on the line. The 12-hour fight. 1700. PRC-K reports estimated 30-plus insurgents inside Building 4. At 1715, in the Ministry of Interior, Kabul decides the PRC-K will assault. CSOR mentors, Green Team, will lead. The Green Team is comprised of Captain David Suffoletta, he's call sign Green Actual, Sergeant Sébastien Courville, he's the assault team leader, Corporal Zachary, a medic, later awarded a Medal of Military Valour, a Master Corporal who is a breacher, a Sergeant who is a JTAC liaison, and 6 assaulters armed with C8s, C9s, M203s, and frag grenades. The PRC-K is comprised of Captain Mohammed Jan, an Afghan commander, 4 10-man squads armed with AKs, RPKs, and RPGs, and 1 Dushka mounted on a technical. It is later destroyed. The JTF support is Reaper 1, 400 meters south, and Reaper 2, 350 meters east. The rules of engagement: positive ID only, no airstrikes within 200 meters of the palace, minimize collateral damage. At 1800 hours, Green Team links up at Fob Graceland, a palace compound. Captain David Suffoletta takes charge. He explains Phase 1 is the basement, Phase 2 is the ground floor, Phase 3 is the first floor, Phase 4 is the second floor, Phase 5 is the roof. Be deliberate, no shortcuts, and own the tempo. In Building 4, it is a death trap. Every floor is a kill zone. Every stairwell, a funnel. And the Taliban? They planned it that way. 1830, the first breach. At the south entrance, the Master Corporal, who is the breacher, blows the roll-up door with a C4 strip charge. Flashbangs go in. The basement is cleared. It is abandoned shops. No contact with the enemy. Tripwire grenades found on the stairs are disarmed by Sergeant Courville. 1915, ground floor assault. PRC-K Squad 1 leads. Contact is immediate. A PKM opens fire from the first floor landing, 30 rounds per second. 2 Afghans are wounded, leg and arm. Corporal Zachary H. drags them behind cover, tourniquets and morphine. Taliban opens up from the 3rd floor. AKs, PKs, grenades bouncing back downstairs. For 4 hours, it's assault, repel, regroup. Let us be these guys for a moment. You're essentially inside what is a concrete tomb. Muzzle flashes are lighting up the dark like strobe lights, and your Afghan counterpart has taken a round. He's down, and he's bleeding badly. This happens to Sergeant Courville, but he doesn't freeze. He exposes himself to enemy fire. He grabs his counterpart and drags him 20 meters. He applies a tourniquet while bullets whiz by, some tearing his uniform. He's down to 13 rounds. He's still screaming, "Push! We're not leaving anyone behind." That's not just training. That's treating your Afghan counterparts the same way that you would treat a brother in the Canadian uniform. 12:55 a.m. A car bomb detonates outside. The building shudders. JTF-2 Black Team slides in under darkness. Suffoletta is on the rooftop, exposed, laser painting targets, calling in rockets, keeping the net alive.
Green Actual, phase line Charlie, hold east side, civvies in the alley.
5 assaults on the 3rd floor. Grenades, RPGs, concrete raining down. 05:15, the final push. JTF-2 snipers have pinned them, and CSOR breaches the last door. By 0612, it is silence, and Building 4 is ours. 0 Canadian KIA, 4 Afghans wounded, but alive, 0 civilians killed in the crossfire. 12 hours straight, no break, no sleep, no mercy. They did not just take a building, they saved a city. The awards and the silence. 2 days later, General Petraeus walks the rubble. He looks at the PRC-K and he says, that unit deserves a presidential unit citation. Back home, nothing. In 2015, the Stars of Military Valour were awarded to Courville and Suffoletta. Their names were classified until 2017, and their citations, well, for Courville, it says he saved a life, inspired the Afghan fighters. For Suffoletta, it was command under sustained fire. But the Victoria Cross, well, that's out of reach. Despite veteran groups having identified over 39 cases of valor that meets the criteria for the Victoria Cross. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, Britain awarded Victoria Crosses, Australia Victoria Crosses, US Medals of Honor, Canada. Apparently nothing our troops do meets the highest standard. Our soldiers just aren't worthy of it. That's the message received from Canadian leadership. In Canada, we don't give medals and awards for showing up or for doing what's expected of you. Don't get me wrong, the Star of Military Valour is no small thing, but what needs to be explained is why VC-level actions do not earn the VC. I, like many others, personally think that when a man charges towards machine gun fire to save a friend, brother, or ally, well, that's where the line is drawn. Courville and Suffoletta, real Canadian heroes. Well, everyone, that's all for me in this one. If you did like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel. If I've missed anything, you guys have never been strangers to let me know in the comments. For more information on this, please Google the names yourself or check out the information in the description. For all they gave, and for those who gave it all, lest we forget. Until next time, have a good one, eh?